Today, I'm going to be answering a question that was asked to me recently about why we always have to use money as a form of exchange for the things we want. And I thought that was a very good question to talk about. First, I will answer that question in two folds. One is to explain the concept of exchange, and two, other items or things that you can use in place of money. So, first of all, you must understand that the origin of exchange came about when it became very cumbersome to do bartering. What that is trade by barter. So, where people had items that they have in excess, but they want something else, and what they want is with someone else, and that person also want what they have. So for example, I have sugar, for example, and I need oil to make my rice, and the person that has oil is also in need of sugar to make cake. So I give a portion of my sugar out to them, and they give a portion of their oil to me. That way we are able to exchange. But it became really complicated where maybe if I want shoes, for example, and all I have is sugar, and the person I need the shoe from doesn't want sugar. So it becomes really complicated with that process. And that's what resulted to man developing that uniform currency that he can use as a form of exchange. So that's one consideration that you must understand. The second is, what are the other um, means of exchange that you can have without using money? One, you can use your credit. The way to understand this is your credit score. If you have a good credit score, for example, you can own a house, but you get that you make that transaction with your good name, which is a credit card, by going to the bank, securing a credit, and the bank pays on your behalf, and you are able to get a house. And of course, you have to pay over time, but in the immediate, you are only using your good name and not cash. So that's one way of exchanging things for what you want. The second way is by having or building the right relationship. I did a video recently about the prodigal son, how he got free money, and the best thing he could think about is how to lavish it frivolously. And the way to think about that is, if he had given some of that money to maybe a small business person to invest in their small business, over time, when he became broke and he needed help, that person would have been able to help. So that's paying it forward, making contribution to people's life, not solely because you want them to give you when you're broke, but it's a form of paying it forward. You never know; it might not be the same people, but because you have given out something to someone in need, you are also prone to getting that thing in return. It could be from the same person, it could be from someone totally different. So it's building the right relationship, which can connect you to opportunities and can help you get something back in return in the future without necessarily using your money. It could be friends, it could be family, but those relationships are good to build, and they could be valuable means of exchange in the future. The third one is exchanging valuable item for what you want. It's a form of barter, but it's totally different because if you have, say, a gold chain that you have acquired in the past, or maybe you got as a gift, you can use that to exchange for another valuable item that you need. Yes, it might be barter. It could be maybe depositing that in a trust and using that as a deposit for what you need to get what you need. One, I have talked about using credit, using a good name. Two, I've talked about using or building the right relationships. And third, exchanging value. Doesn't have to be time, of course, we already do that, when we exchange time for money as a means of work. And the last one is having something of value that you can give to a third party and get something else as like a deposit to get something else from someone else. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.